Hello and welcome back to another Smoke Signal synopsis. In this edition, we'll be looking at what stories can be found in the February 15th, 2025 edition of the Smoke Signals newspaper. You can find all these stories now available at smokesignals.org. On the front page, we report on the recent fire at the Tumwata Village property on Thursday, January 30th. We have photos and video of that fire on our Facebook and YouTube channel for you to check out. The second story on the front page shares a tribal elders book called Beat the Drum about a two-spirit native girl who wants to pursue interests like drumming and carving, activities that are largely reserved for boys and men. You can read more about that book about inclusion continued on page 10. The last story on the front page reports the Salem City Council postponing an agreement it was considering for how to provide city services to a proposed new casino in Salem. That story is continued on page 5. Also on page 5, the Thursday, January 30th Tribal Council meeting approved amending its enrollment ordinance on an emergency basis, as well as putting a temporary enrollment pause in place. The newly founded nonprofit Umpqua Advocacy hosted the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Peoples Awareness Dinner, which was held at Spear Mountain Casino on Friday, January 31st. We have that story and photos on page 6, as well as a video on our YouTube and Facebook page. On page 7, the General Council meeting was held Sunday, February 2nd, where members were briefed on the Housing Department. Tribal members and Tribal Council member Denise Harvey and Spear Mountain Casino CEO Camille Mercier were invited to speak at the Indian Gaming Association's ICE World Gaming Forum in Barcelona, Spain. You can read that story on page 11 and look for the podcast interview with them coming soon. And that was your Smoke Signal synopsis. We have all these stories available now in the PDF at smokesignals.org, or you can find them in the print edition. I'm Kamaya, the social media digital journalist for Smoke Signals.